LGBT bar serving all your favorite drink with friendly and knowledgeable bartenders that keep the party going and make sure your needs are met.
It's the cheers of the gay bar. Your bartenders know who's coming in, where they're going to sit, how long they're going to be.
Kick back and enjoy some fresh air on their large enclosed heated patio. Open year-round with music and weekly barbecues. Karaoke every Thursday night where you're the star. And Mexican Fiesta on the last Monday of every month. Located at 18931 West Warren, Detroit, Adams Apple.
Howdy. Oh, there we go. Just in time for Just Bob, too. Good morning.
Good morning.
We're live already.
Wow.
Oops, I got the music played, too. We're going to get in trouble for that. Yeah. So, I got a bunch of commercials I wanted to play, but go on, check it out. I just did the Adam's Apple.
That's all right.
Oh, there we go. You got to leave, or are you sticking around? You got to go, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to go, but I'll be back.
Okay, we'll see you shortly. Be careful. All right. Good morning. Bing. Let's see how this is working. Not bad. What a cluster on the desk, but it is what it is. You can see all my stuff. Oh well. Uh-oh. I need new headphones, y'all. 1 minute. I was going to have commercials, but here we are. Good morning, Tyler. Good to see you. You're up early. Don't you stay up all night? Aren't you one of them late night owls? Yeah. Monday morning. My goodness. This weekend flew by. And I didn't have anything to do. I was just chilling all weekend. Well, not necessarily chilling. I had a lot of yard work to do. So I did that and went to Buffalo Wild Wings yesterday. I hadn't been there in a long time. You know, if you haven't gone in a while, I like the beer. I go there, I drink my beer, I sit there and talk, whatever, watch a little bit of sports. After you ain't been around for a minute, it's not the best. 4, 3, 2, 1. I like my homemade wings better. The homemade, I'll take chicken breast, cut them up into nuggets, bread them, and cook them in the air fryer. Delicious. Oh, Lordy, Lordy. Let's see. We have a streaming signal. We are live. But we're not on the air yet. But we are, but we're not. SpongeBob's playing currently. One of the things we're talking about today is how one thing changes everything, whether it be in your life personally. So many people that make it big in the business of music, or maybe an actor or actress that make it big, or maybe a big corporate bigwig who makes it up to the top when there's all the competition for everybody. Most people have that one moment that somebody believed in them or gave them the chance, or whatever the moment was that broke. For Tom Brady, it was another player being injured, and he never looked back. So we're going to be talking about that, and this is what we have to do with the TV show. All right, good morning. Happy Monday. It was a heck of a party all weekend, but now time to go to work with a headache. Yep, it's Monday morning. If you had the Sunday fun day, that leads to the Monday morning blues, doesn't it? But not for me. I love a Monday morning. Time to wake up and get at it. They always say the early bird gets the worm, but if you eat worms, you've got a whole nother basket of issues in front of you anyway. So Tyler's already checked in and said good morning. We are live on 9397 Network. You can check us out on the 9397 Network app. It's free. You can also check us out live streaming. We got Kim checking in. Good morning, Sapphire. Lovely morning indeed. Tyler checking in. Yes, but working mornings this month is throwing me off. I'm used to working nights. I was telling Tyler this morning he's checking in awful early. I thought he was a night owl, so he's explaining why. Got them grown-up responsibilities to do. Aaron checking in, also known as Amo. Good morning. You know, I love some chicken. He's talking about our intro song, and I love me some good cold chicken too. Like when Johnny Depp gave Amber Heard a job with Aquaman. Oh, yeah, a big break. Talking about a big break. It's funny you mentioned that because we're talking about before we hit the airwaves on 9397 Network. Good morning. Thanks for joining us, whether it's morning or afternoon, wherever you're listening. We appreciate it. We made it through another weekend. And you know, we're out here in the big city dodging bullets. We don't want to be doing that. We got a lot of things going on in this world. But today, we're not worried about it. We're going to get through our Monday. We're going to kick off our whole week. We're going to start worrying about the things that we can control. We always worry a little bit about other things, but we're not going to concern ourselves and consume ourselves with it, right? I'm looking today at the news and I'm going, you know what? This is perfect. So we got we got a couple of different things we're talking about when it comes to television. We got Aaron Brockovich in the news. Yes, not the real one, the real Aaron Brockovich, not Julia Roberts. It was not a made-up person. Aaron Brockovich is a real woman. The guys are going, yeah, we remember what about that movie, but you don't remember the actual reason she made a name for herself. But we're going to talk about that. But The Love Boat. If you remember back in the 70s, it was a show about cruising. I mean, it was about a cruise ship. And people, you would either go as a married couple and repair a wounded relationship. It always happened that way. If it wasn't intentional, repairing a wounded relationship, let's go on a cruise to fix it. It was it ended up their true, the skeletons would come out of the closet, so to speak. So the Love Boat was a place people would go try to find love too. So singles would go on the Love Boat. And the crew, it was, Washington and Captain Stubing and it was just a cool show. I remember it well. I used to watch it on Friday nights. But it actually was a walking billboard for the industry of cruise ships. And it's funny that there we go. Get a banner across the bottom of this live stream broadcast. We are on 9397 Networks app. We're also live streaming on all of our social media apps. My page, Sapphire'S Soup du Jour, Sapphire Pates, 9397 Network. We're on 9397 Network's YouTube page, on their Twitter. We're anywhere. You can catch us. If you can't figure it out, Mary, you got bigger problems and bigger fish to fry. So you got to get your life together. Yeah, so that's what we're going to start with. The Love Boat. It was a great show. And it's one of those few that actually was a walking billboard for the cruise industry that started out not like it is now, right? It transformed the cruise industry. What would you say about the automobile industry? Remember when Smokey and the Bandit came out? back in the 70s with Burt Reynolds and Sally Fields. Yes, Forrest Gump's mother. Before she knew Forrest, was still a glimmer in her daddy. Forrest was still a glimmer in Burt Reynolds' eye? Does that mean Burt Reynolds is Forrest Gump's father? Now there's a movie sequel. Would that be a sequel or a prequel or something? I don't know. But that would be interesting. Big heart from Kim, right back at you, Kim. Revamp of Fantasy Island. I have not seen it, but I did like Fantasy Island. Another one of those shows where people would come and try to rekindle a relationship that had gone wrong or something like that. And I was a kid watching these, so I didn't get a chance to necessarily understand everything. I'm sure if I watched, and I haven't watched The Love Boat in a long, long time. I'm sure if I watched them now, I would understand there's probably a lot of sexual innuendos that I missed along the way. Just like in cartoons, when we were watching our Saturday morning cartoons, there was Bugs Bunny dressed in drag. We never thought anything of it. Mom and Dad nowadays would have a conniption fit, right? Oh, you're ruining my kid. Well, no, you are, Mary, but that's all right. We're used to it. Don't get me started. I'm in a good mood. Yeah, and I'm going to stay that way. You're not going to throw me off of my square today. Kim says that was a favorite, Fantasy Island and The Love Boat. And I agree. I love both of those shows. TV ain't like it used to be. But when you look at old shows, which I watch a lot, I pay a lot of money for cable, but yet I'm watching MeTV. So they said they got me hook, line, and sinker. They're laughing at me. What do they call that? The Nielsen Awards. Ren and Stimpy made me gay. Aaron chiming in. Ren and Stimpy made you gay. No, they just offered it to you and you accepted it with rainbow-colored bells on your shoes. Oh, I love it. It's so funny to me how we, as human beings, like the amount of stress, and we talked about this a couple of years ago on the show, the amount of stress that we put upon ourselves as human beings. Let's talk specifically a gay person. You're growing up, look at the dinner tables across America, the conversations. Our young children who are trying to learn their own identity are listening to so much stuff, and they're being told by parents that you're not old enough to know who you are yet, and you're not old enough to know what sexuality is and gender, and this is being forced down your throat, and there's something wrong with you, and blah, blah, blah. Well, no wonder they don't want to speak up about it. So we have to understand that. So to me, the whole notion of a child having to come out to get the burden off their chest is an indictment on society in itself. Who cares? Nobody comes out as straight. You know what I mean? When you come out as straight, you're basically bringing your girlfriend over if you're a boy and going, hey, my name is Ronald, meet my girlfriend Karen. And if you're a girl, you're going, I'm Sarah, meet my boyfriend Ron. But then if somebody falls in love, if Sarah likes, I was going to say Jessica, but then there'd be Parker involved, and that's weird. Two women or two men fall in love with each other. You're supposed to feel like that's wrong, or we're supposed to announce that. We don't come out as straight. You don't come out as you shouldn't have to come out at all. That's my point. But anyway, The Love Boat is one of those, Aaron checking in. Yes, 100. Yeah, and that's true. We shouldn't. There should be no having to. Children that are sitting there at the dinner table listening to mom and dad go, I don't know what's wrong with these weird blah, blah, blah. And then the kids go and see something's wrong with me. See, my one place in the world that I'm supposed to be able to be me, my safe place, my home. You brought me here, and I'm not even safe here. I'll get made fun of at school. I don't feel safe to come out and tell you who I truly am at home, or you're going to say, we're going to take you to conversion camp, kid. We'll get you a couple of Playboys and let you pound your meat a little bit. That'll turn you straight. Okay. If that's what you got to do Do what you got to do, but it ain't going to help. Don't know where the Love Boat came in with all this, but hey, whatever. So back in 1970, right, I was 2. Back in 1970, this is a couple of years before Joe Biden took office in Washington, D.C. This is just a couple of years, 3 maybe, a few. 1970. An estimated 500,000 people went on a cruise holiday. By the year 1997, not even into 2019 yet, that jumped to 5,500,000. They're saying we had a walking billboard. We had a top-rated show that played every week that is now in syndication that makes a cruise ship look like the absolute only thing to do. Why would you want to vacation anywhere else? I guess vacation is vacating your house so you can go somewhere else and pay extra money to sleep in someone else's bed that you don't know what happened in it. But rest assured, there was some activities happening in that bed the night before you laid your head on that pillow. Now, did the cleaning personnel do their due diligence, or are you laying in baby batter? Enjoy your icing on your Pop-Tart. Uh-oh, here's a big one. The new fantasy island takes place at the same island, and we find out that people know that your dreams will come true while on the island, but you have to be careful what you ask for. The island will reveal what's best for you. Like it or not. You'll learn your lesson. It's so deep and dark and really cool. Deep, dark, and cool. You almost had me sounding like a sexual organ there for a minute, but then deep, dark, and moist would be the description of a cloaca. Fantasy, would you? Yeah, you're right, though. That would be interesting because it sounds like a no-brainer. Well, I know I'm going to get my wish. Well, careful what you wish for, because just like in Bruce Almighty, even though that was a fake movie, of course it didn't come true, or it's not based on a true story or anything like that. He gets to play God and finds out it ain't all it's cracked up to be. There's more to it than just being able to say, yeah, I'm God. There's a level of responsibility that goes with it. I have no idea. Dark, deep, and cool. That's how I like it. I love combining the radio with the live broadcast where the people that are just listening on the radio go, what the hell is she talking about? Because we got the live stream going and we got people chiming in. It's a beautiful thing. You can be part of the conversation. It's wonderful, especially when I'm saying something wrong. I did it last night. I misspoke last night. We were talking about airplanes. And we were talking about when they come in, I couldn't think of what it was I was trying to say, and I said it was reverse thrust. And then we started talking about other stuff, and we forgot about it. And then going home, I get home, and I start thinking about it, and I go, wait a minute. Hey, I was not right. I was wrong. I was thinking of when they're pulling back in the air. Reverse thrust is something they very rarely use, and that's you're stopping. So I was like, hey, I'm wrong. It's okay. Happens. I don't even know why I'm talking about that, but don't matter. You have, as far as cruises go, I don't know that I would go on one. However, I understand that it would be fun. And I'm fairly social. And I understand that if you're on a cruise, you're going to be in a social setting with a lot of people. You're not going to get good night's sleep. It's not going to be quiet. I'm sure there's going to be drunk people up and down the aisleway all night long, bouncing off the walls and shit and stuff. I'm sure that, I never misspeak. I say stuff on purpose to see people's reaction, stirring the pot. Well, that's not exactly what he said, but poop pot, meet the spoon. And there's nothing wrong with that in a lot of ways, right? If you do it for Aaron, I'm going to say if you would do it cleverly, because I know it's going to be out front, to the point, and well heard. So yeah, cleverly for you. For others, tactfully. Not that you're not going to be tactful, but that will be second or third on the list. Clever, impactful, tactful. That would be your MO. A-Mo. Stu chiming in morning, Sapphire. Good morning, Stu. By the way, the jerky last night I looked at it on my telephone. Stu is one of our best listeners, one of my best dear friends. I love him dearly. And he's an amazing cook, chef. I mean, I don't even know what he made beef jerky. And I saw it on my phone, the picture, and it looked good. But man, when I saw that on the computer this morning, I was like, well, I can't wait to get my 10-pound bag. Oh my God, could you imagine how many deer you got to kill for that? Assuming it's deer, right? Just because it's beef jerky, we don't know what kind of beef it is. Might be deer jerky, might be, who knows? Hard to say. All right. So back in 1970, 500,000 people go on a holiday cruise. Now 5 million plus are going, right? So the first airing of The Love Boat was 1977. So in 1970, 500,000 people are going on a cruise during the holiday season. And after that, which Aaron Spelling, Tori's grandfather or father, I think her father, invented the show. He created it. So The Love Boat comes out in 1977, becomes one of the most successful shows in TV history during its 10-year run. So it went from 77 to 87. Still available on some streaming services. Partnered with Princess Cruises. And episodes were filmed aboard their cruise ship. Remember, it was the Pacific, what was it? The Pacific Princess was their boat, I believe. It's one of those few shows that really just happened to be like, it wasn't created by a cruise ship owner going, hey, you know what we need? We need a TV show about this. Because that could be bad too, right? If you own a business and you're making fun of it, it could be bad for business. So at first you might be going, oh, I don't know if they depict this cruise, if they depict these as bumbling fools as a crew, and so they did a good job of making it look like, man, the Love Boat, the cruise ship is the place to be. You always walk out in love if you're with your partner. You mend all fences and your relationship is stronger than ever. If you met somebody, you fell in love, and you're within 3 to 4 days, you're getting married, and it's an amazing new life, even though you're from different parts of the world. It didn't matter. We didn't go that far into the show. See, would have been great to have a Love Boat divorce court. Like, I married this prick after 3 nights on a cruise ship. And come to find out, he's not a doctor, but he was really good at the game operation, which we should get a life-size version of that. And I don't mean a human being, real one. A life-size version, a 5'10" version. You put it on the table, and then you play. Now, the trick is, it must be plugged in because there's not enough battery power to run it. Because we're going to knock you on your keister when you fail to operate properly. Going to be like a taser hooked up to it. So as soon as now we're going to be using the tongs that you use, because the bone's going to be now the size of a regular arm. So we're using tongs now. And when it goes off on the side, When you hit that little metal rail, you're getting knocked on your butt, right? And if you hold it on there too long, your hair might start to sizzle a little. You thought jarts was bad. This is going to change the name of the game, all right? We need that in our lives. A little bit of extra electricity, a little bit of more fire, a little more, because it's getting a little bit dull. Jenga. How about 550-pound Jenga things that we do with cranes, but you got a crane operator, you're a team. You got a crane operator and someone on the ground with no heart. You can wear a hard helmet if you want. They're 550 pounds. You're crushed. But it'll make you feel better to wear a hard helmet. And don't forget the steel toes. That way, if it crushes your toe, you're done. You got to cut your toe off to get out of your boot. Great feeling. But Jenga, spice it up a little, right? We love daredevils. We love to drive fast on the road. We love to risk everybody's life around us without any worry about anything. We love to shoot each other when we get mad. So how about real life Jenga with 550-pound steel beams where you're a team with somebody who operates the crane? And the crane operator can wear a hard hat too if they want to. But you're underneath the crane directing them to where to put the Jenga stuff. So when it does fall, people are going to die. Or possibly, there's a very good chance when the tower falls, multiple people are going to be crushed beyond recognition, mopped up in a bucket, never to be seen from again. That's the chance you take in Jenga. The winner in the crane of the winner, they get out and they yell, Jenga! Those are the type of games we need to lift up the, what do you call it? The complacency has sunken in. So we got to liven it up a little. Right? Like Hunger Games. You go to the Renaissance Festival, no more fake swords. We want to see blood and guts. We love it in our streets. We cry for our kids, but we want to see it. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to have, with the Renaissance festivals, we will have the live action Jenga. That will be part of it. But we're also going to have battle to the death. Horses, you're going to put on the armor, but you're not putting on a helmet. You're either going to get decapitated or poked right through your face. One of the two. But there's a good chance you might win, 50-50 chance. See, these are the games that will change the way we do things. No, you don't always get a ribbon. If you lose, we bury you. See, winner take all. That's what we need. Or we could just go on the Love Boat. That'd be great too. Now, on the Love Boat, they do have Naked Twister. It's not actually supposed to be naked, but it's the way it goes. Yes, Aaron checking in. The cast was iconic, talking about the Love Boat. And Stu talking about his beef jerky. Beef, girl. Oh, I don't know how to make beef jerky, but I know how to eat it, and it is delicious. And they make so many different kinds now, too. You know, it's amazing to me. We're going to be talking today. Well, I never, ever speak about this show, but we're going to talk about it today. Saturday Night Live said goodbye to a couple of key cast members. We could look back all the way back, 47 years ago or something it started. I think it was 47. This 47th season just ended, I believe. I remember watching it way back when I was a child. It's a tough job, right? Doing all that live TV. I understand that. That's a tough job. But I just haven't found it to be overly funny. But now Pete Davidson, never watched much of his skits at all. So I can't speak to whether he was good or bad. But that's always objective. People love, different kinds of comedy and stuff like that. So the Love Boat is being credited with creating the cruise industry, making it an actually lucrative industry. I can't imagine how much it costs to buy and operate and insure a boat full of intentionally drunken people. Like, you do know everybody on this boat is going to be over the blood alcohol level of 0.08 from the entire time they're on the boat until 2 days after they get home. Yeah. And we want insurance for this. How many stories high is it? 15. And how tall are the glass barriers to keep people from falling out? Oh, there are none. If they can stand up, they can jump over the railing. Oh, you want to insure this? No problem. We got you covered. No wonder it costs a lot of money. Or does it? If people are retiring on a cruise ship, now the cruise ships are going to be going, wait a minute. We can raise prices? We can charge $4,500 a month? No, don't charge $4,500 a month. That's what the assisted living places are charging. They'll say, we'll charge $4,250 a month, and that way you'll be getting a deal. No, you're just getting screwed less by the other person. That's all. They're still making a ton of profit. All right, we're going to break. It is 7:31 Eastern time in the morning. You're listening to Sapphire'S Soup du Jour on Hot 93.97. Keep it locked. We'll be right back. All right. Oh, yeah. All right. I got commercials now. I loaded some stuff up, so I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be back in a few, but I'm not leaving you high and dry. We got stuff for you. See you in a minute.
Welcome to Adam's Apple, your neighborhood LGBT bar serving all your favorite drinks. With friendly and knowledgeable bartenders that keep the party going and make sure your needs are met.
It's the cheers of the gay bar. Your bartenders know who's coming in, where they're going to sit, how long they're going to be.
Kick back and enjoy some fresh air on their large enclosed heated patio. Open year-round with music and weekly barbecues. Karaoke every Thursday night where you're the star. And Mexican Fiesta on the last Monday of every month. Located at 18931 West Warren, Detroit, Adam's Apple. 93.97 Network and Hot 93.97 presents Sapphire'S Soup du Jour with Just Bob stirring the pot and serving the latest soup. The Jay the Great Show starring Jay the Great. The Honest Truth Show starring 2K Bentley. The Good Times Show starring Princess of All and Cujo Speaks. Ty's Take Today every Saturday afternoon. Marcus Divine every Saturday. The legendary House of Shade, Talk to Me Pretty. Check out the U-Store and be the first to own the newest music. Hot 93.97 and the 93.97 Network. Download the 93.97 Network app today.
Black screen it is. All right, I had to go to the ladies' room real quick, drinking all this coffee. We still got some songs left to go. We come back on the air at 7:51, but we're back here, so we're good. I'll tell you what, man. The older I get, the more I spend outside. I love it, and I've been thinking a lot. I haven't golfed yet this year because I hurt my back, and it's been rainy, and I don't go on the weekends because it's busy, and I used to go on the weekends, but I don't want to go until I know how I can shoot now. I don't care about scoring well. I care about hitting the ball straight. That's all. I don't need to shoot at 80. I'm good. I don't care if I shoot it under. If I could shoot under 100, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Just go out there and play. I don't hit the ball as far as I used to. A couple reasons. One, I'm old. My body's different. So, but to go out and have fun. But being outdoors like yesterday, about 2:30 or so, I got hungry. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings, got me a tall Coors Light and some wings. It was funny. I'm sitting there, and the guy, it's a horseshoe. It's half a rectangle bar. It's a horseshoe shape, but it's rectangular, not like round. So I'm sitting there at the corner, which when I got there, that was the most obvious spot to sit. All open here, all open down there. This guy comes and sits right next to me on the corner, right? So we're at the corner of the bar, and I'm at the corner, and he's there. Then he hears me order, and talking to the waitress, and then I feel him staring at me. And I'm thinking, oh, geez. But he was an older guy, so I thought one of two things. He's either going to tell me about myself or, whatever. But we sat there for a few, and he kept staring and looking, and I'd look over kind of, and he'd look away. And, so I thought, well, this is uncomfortable, but whatever, So he sat next to me. I didn't, but so sitting there, and he's there before. I've seen him before. He's there quite a bit. And he started talking to one of the workers that was going back through. And they were talking about the football games, and they were talking about the fact that the Cleveland baseball team, now the Guardians, used to be the Cleveland Indians, had switched teams. And then they were talking about Washington Redskins, and they couldn't remember what they had switched to from the Redskins. And then I popped in, and I said, I believe it's the Commanders. And then they said, oh, yeah. So then we started talking. Then the old dude started talking with me, and he was in his 60s. Not an old dude, but older, And then we started talking, and then we had a conversation for the rest of the time that I was there. And I couldn't help but think to myself, if we don't ever give it a chance, if we just assume with the staring, and I could have looked up at him and gone, what? That would have been a bitch move. And I'm like, you know what? I understand people looking at me. We don't always know what they're thinking, right? They could be thinking, or they might be thinking, oh, wow, I've never seen someone like this before in person close up. Wow. And they don't, you just can't. So how we react to people has a lot to do with an outcome. So it's happened several times with me, and I've told the story before. There was a guy, I would go, it's now closed down, but it was Johnny Carino's near us, and it's pretty expensive. So not very busy, especially in the area that we're at. It's not a high, people don't spend a lot of money on food, but the Outback Steakhouse is always packed, so there's that. But I'm sitting there going to Johnny Carino's the one day, and there's a guy, he's a black dude. He's got the New York hat, the New York Yankees hat. He's got the gold tooth. I'm not kidding you. He's got the gold glasses. He's got the gold chain. And he looked up when I sat down, and he went, what the fuck? Just like that. Under his breath, but loud enough that I heard. I didn't say nothing. I ordered my drink, started talking with the waitress. I had been there before. The Tigers were playing. This was several years ago, but it was in the summer. It was during baseball season. The Tigers were playing. And so the girl was sitting there and she started talking about going to the game or something like that. And she couldn't wait. They were going to the next game or next day or whatever. They were going to a game. She couldn't wait to go, blah, blah, blah. So we were sitting there talking. The other guy never said a word, right? Next time I go in, same thing. He's sitting in his same spot, got his laptop sitting there. I walk in, sit in my same spot. I usually sat in the same area, at the bar. He looked up, looked back down, didn't say a word, didn't go, no, nothing. Just like anything else. Then here comes the bartender. Hey, what you drinking? You want your usual? Yeah, blah. We start talking. The game's on again. We start talking. I don't even know if it was the same bartender or not, but it doesn't matter. We start talking. Next thing you know, he's chiming in. We're talking about the game that's on. And the next thing you know, she leaves. We're talking. Didn't matter. I could have confronted him when he looked and said, what the fuck? And I could have been like, yeah, what? Blah, blah, blah. It's how we handle things speaks a lot of times how the outcome is. And we don't remember that all the time. And there's times that it doesn't work that way too. But I found, here we go with being superstitious, knock on wood, not loud though, because we can't bang on tables. It's in the rules. Even though I go, see, I'm not that type of thinker where I go, well, the rules are hidden behind the computer, and the company computer that the company put here, if they wanted me to see the rules and go by them, they'd have posted them where I can see them. So I don't have to follow them because they put the computer in the way. There are people right now watching this going, you goddamn right, bitch. You got it. See, that's what I'm talking about. You're wrong. Oh, I love it. I'm not going to try to fix you today, man. If you're fucked up, you're fucked up. Whatever. It's on you. I got my own problems, all right? You know I'm kidding. This coffee's tasting awfully good. Awfully good isn't a really good adjective. It should be phenomenal. This coffee's tasting phenomenal. Well, that would be a lie. It's Maxwell House. There's nothing phenomenal about it. But it does the job. You know, guys, like an ugly woman. They do the job. It's a warm apple pie to stick your thing in. Like, well, apple pie is actually a little better, but hey, you know. Where we at? We got 1 minute left until we go back on the air on 93.97 Network. Now, we appreciate you watching on the live stream, but also don't forget, 93.97 Network app. We're on there too. And I'm not, believe it or not, the only show on the station. So throughout your day, they got music, they got the Jay the Great Show, they've got The Honest Truth, they've got the Good Time Show. On the weekends, they've got Ty's Take with Tyler Belts. A lot of you guys already know Tyler from the local area. Him and I, although we've never met, I don't think in person, we walked the same circles. It was just always that we were always on opposite sides of the circle while walking, I guess. But his show on Saturday mornings, and July 2nd, as you have seen, the flyers are posted, the deposits are made. We're dunking Michelle's ass July 2nd. We got a dunk tank. I'm going in it for charity. Yes, I'll be wearing a white t-shirt. Yes, I can't wait to see him myself. No. Oh, here we go. Nothing about my boobs. All right, it is Monday and we're back and we're glad it's Monday because that means we lived through the weekend. Whether you lived through the bullets or just lived through too many beers, maybe silver bullets, huh? The beer, Coors Light. That's what I was drinking yesterday when I was at my favorite wing place. It's so funny how that is. I acknowledge, I won't dog them. I won't even give them a free knock here, free advertisement. But my favorite place to go does not have the best food. They're not a craft beer store that has the best beer. I go to my favorite wing place because the atmosphere and because it's my comfort zone. It's a sports place. They love their sports there. They got everything yesterday on except for the golf. The golf was not on. I couldn't believe my eyes. But hey, whatever. I wasn't caring. I didn't complain. I watched what they offered. But I sat there and I drank my Coors Light. I bleed red. Okay? I'm American. Some guys are like, well, I bleed red and got blue balls. And there's white in my eyes, so I'm American too. All right, Jethro, you go ahead with that. Anywho. I got to change my glasses. That's why I can't see good. I'm sitting here wondering why I can't see good. And now I realized, I got these glasses. There we go. Now we're back to it. On a Monday morning, we haven't even begun yet. I don't even know what the national days are yet. You know, I get in here, I start looking around at things. I start reading news articles. I start getting on my Facebook and social media. You know, you do that a lot. I do. I get on my social. I'll go on my phone to check my calendar, right? So that the whole week on Sunday night and then Monday morning, I look at my whole calendar for the week. Then I check my email because on Sundays, one of my bosses likes to send the invites for the week out that we know about. So I sit there and I check everything to make sure it's good, respond to the email so he knows that he can schedule accordingly. I go to do all that, but as soon as I do, I see that little red dot that's a notification alert on my Facebook. And I go right to it. And then I usually put my phone down before I even do the task I picked it up to do after spending 10 minutes on Facebook. I'm unfocused. Good morning, Eunice Alexander, my friend. You have a blessed day as well. Hopefully everything is going well for you. I'll tell you something. We get older. Our bodies, our inners start acting funny. Our eyes don't work the same. Our food doesn't digest the same. Sometimes we think it's a fart and it's not, you know. Once you're 52 or 3, don't ever trust a fart. I'm getting there. No, I'm just kidding. Getting old is a luxury that many have not had. I know we joke about the golden years means, golden underpants, and I got to take more pills. And look, it's a luxury. About the pills, if we do ourselves justice now, which we're not, period, I'm to blame for myself. I caused myself a heart attack. I'm the reason I have high blood pressure. Well, I don't actually. I have high cholesterol. I'm the reason that I don't eat right. I choose to eat like crap. Nobody else does it for me. I can blame it on, well, there's so many bad choices. Yeah, key word, choices. You make the choice. I make the choice. I'm so busy. Today when I leave here, I got somewhere to be. I leave here. I have 1 hour to get somewhere that takes me 1 hour to get to. Then when I leave there, I've got 2 hours to get home, get my camera gear together, eat something, and go film a game. I got up at 3:30 this morning. I won't get back home again till 8 o'clock tonight. I'm not boo-hooing. I'm a proud American, working and doing what I got to do to make my life what I want. Period. But are you stressed out? Women, it's a simple thing. I know the trick, and we are going to talk about it in a little bit. Men, not so much. Stress for guys, you got to live with it. But stress for the girls, We got a remedy. We have a cure. One simple little thing that guys love to do for us. It's, in essence, the boob check, right? But they like to call it a different kind of 3-letter word. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Then we'll go on a cruise together. Who would go on a cruise? I personally do not blame you either way. I concern myself with things that I think everybody does, but you kind of take your chances. And you could argue away every reason I have not to go. But it's a matter of comfortability. I would not go on a cruise ship. Not because of anything that they've done or anything like that. Because my comfort level. I would worry about food poisoning. I worry about drunkards throwing me off of a balcony. I'm not going to lie. I worry about it. It happens. People don't see a value in you, you're gone. People get blackout drunk. That's dangerous. I didn't care so much when I was younger, right? Call it oblivious, call it naive, call it maybe we just feel we're fearless, right? Whatever the reason. Now, I don't want to be around somebody blackout drunk because we know what that means. They're no longer in control of their actions. Now you're on a cruise ship with nowhere to go. There might be multiple blacked out people. What if they encounter each other? That's how brawls start. Those are how murders happen. And then we've got people waking up dead, and we've got people waking up in jail, not knowing what you're in jail for because you don't remember the night before. But now you're going, I killed who? I killed how many? I threw who overboard? Whoa, wait a minute. No. I'm on vacation. I'm here to have fun. But you don't remember what you did last night because you drank 16 shots of Patron. Oh, now the rest of your life is spent behind bars and regret because that's not who you are as a person. Right? Loving father, loving husband, great friend, good golf score, good job, 65,000 plus in the savings account, which is about 9,000 more than most Americans are seeing now. We'll talk about that later too. Yeah, our savings account in America has dwindled, and we'll talk about why. You want to blame Biden? Go ahead. You want to blame Trump? Go ahead. Want to blame yourself? Maybe not, but maybe so. We'll talk about that too. All right. Let's see. Well, Kim says, what are the positives of going on a cruise? The positives are it's a different adventure, right? You can only get that on a cruise ship. However, you could sit around a pool at a hotel. You could get drinks in the pool at a hotel or at a resort in the United States or the Bahamas or something like that. One of the nice things about a cruise would be at night when you're out in the ocean, that it would be a beautiful view, I'm sure. But you can also get a beautiful view from coast to coast and see the shining sea in this beautiful country we call America. So, like I said, we could argue away every reason, and I could argue away every reason for me not to go. I don't worry. I worry about food poisoning. I could have gotten it yesterday when I went to my favorite wing joint. I worry about drunkards blacking out. I hang out at the bars. That could happen anytime I go out anywhere. I just feel there's a better chance when people are on vacation, they drink more. If you've got an all-inclusive and your drinks are included, well, maybe you drink a little more. So those are just things that I consider. But let's make sure that we're all rolling along here good on the airwaves here. I don't like being in the confined, be a small space. I don't care about the room. We don't always need big rooms. Big rooms don't always need them. It's not about the size of the room. There's too many other factors, right? I would not go either, Kim says. It's all groovy. My goal is the 50 states. That is what I want to see. Amen there. And I've seen a lot of states, and they're all the same, and they're all vastly different. People go, oh, driving through Iowa is terrible. Yeah, it's pretty boring driving through 80s or interstate, 94? Or if you're taking 80-90, I think it is 80-90. If you're taking those routes, there's a lot of cornfields through there. Well, then you know what? Then plot your route a little differently. Because I'm sure every state has its beauty. Even Ohio. Just nowhere near Columbus. From here, where I live in Detroit, just outside of the Detroit area in Dearborn, in order for me to get to Columbus, I've got strict, easy directions. I go south until I smell it and east until I step in it. Oops. All right, today is May 23rd. What does that mean, today? Let's see. What are we looking at for today? Lucky Penny Day. Today is Lucky Penny Day. We talked about this not that long ago, right? I'm not even going into it. It's a waste of time. Find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. If it's turned over on its head, if it's tails up, you're supposed to flip the penny over and walk away and leave it for the next person. End of story. See a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. The United States first issued a 1-cent coin produced by a private mint in 1787. Benjamin Franklin designed it. On one side, it read, "Mind your business," and the other, "We are one." This coin was made of 100% copper and was larger than today's penny. It came to be known as the Fugio cent, Fugio. However, the first pennies struck in the United States Mint were not produced until 1793, but they were also made of copper. Pennies do not have much value these days. However, there are a few pennies that have made a mint for the owner. The 1943 D Lincoln bronze penny sold for $1.7 million. A penny. My luck, I get it and I spend it. One time I go, wait a minute, I've got the correct change. And I just gave you a $1.7 million coin because I'm too stupid to know. Not stupid, ignorant. There is a quarter that I have. Kim saying amen. Enjoy the day, everyone. You as well, my friend. Thank you for tuning in while you could. I hope your day is as amazing as you are. I have a quarter I found. It looks different than any other quarter. It's still sitting on my makeup table in my bedroom. It's almost like a lottery ticket. You don't want to read the letters. You don't want to read the numbers to because you want to believe you got a chance to win still. Well, I'm thinking this quarter might be worth a bunch of money. It's probably not. It's probably worth 25 cents. But hey, it's 25 cents. All these pennies sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars. A 1909 VDB Lincoln penny sold for $258,500. Why are pennies lucky? Well, at one time, metals, including copper, were precious metals. Now, not so much. But also, remember, probably at the same time that pennies were made of a precious copper, lobster was being sold to our prisoners and slaves and fed to them. Now, lobster is very valuable, and pennies, we walk right by them. It's not even worth the risk of throwing your back out to pick up a penny, is it? 100 pennies to make $1, and $1 ain't worth squat. We walk right by it. If it wasn't for good luck, I wouldn't pick it up. And what kind of good luck have you had? Depending on what your perspective is. Are you healthy? Have you lived a good life so far? You got food to eat? Oh, then you are lucky. But we don't look at it that way. We got to be rich. We got to be famous. We got to live in a big house with big rooms. For what? Nothing wrong with it. Believe you me. And if I had the money, I would live accordingly too. But we already talked about that. My house, I was looking one day, and I think we talked about this before, but I'm looking one day at houses and I go, okay, if I win, because I play the lottery, if I win a $400 million jackpot and I can buy any house I want, and I started looking, no price was not the object. They started at around $6.5 million. It took me all the way from $6.5 million. It took me all the way to get down to between $450,000 and $700,000 for the house I want. So I go in and I'm looking. I wasn't in the houses. I'm looking at them online. A $6.5 million home looks like a hotel. It's neat. It's beautiful. But it's not, to me, cozy, right? It's not my cup of tea. You'll find me in a beautiful $500,000, maybe $1 million home. You'll find me in a 3,000 to 4,000 square foot, beautiful, the way I want it, home on a lake. I don't need 12,000 square foot. I don't want that much. Not cozy to me. To other people, they go, oh, baby, $400 million in the bank. I'm getting me a $6 million house and a $2 million house next door. Well, there wouldn't be one next door worth that, but you know what I mean. Down the street. Interesting. But we need big rooms. We need all this big space. We need to show off to everybody. And then when we die, we get buried in a box, kicked in the dirt, and forgot about. See ya. House next to me. Sold. We're waiting to find out the neighbors. We don't know what's going to happen, right? We went from a cozy little neighborhood with no neighbors. Our neighbor was barely ever home, literally lived with his girlfriend in a different city, was home from 1 to about 3 in the afternoon every day. That's it. Pull up in his truck, get the mail, clean the yard up, wherever, fart around, pick apart, whatever you call it, and then talk to the people out in the street a little bit, the neighbors, and be on his way. And that was it. Now we got a family moving in or something. It's like, oh my God, we're going to have people next door to say hello. Oh, Jesus. Be nice, neighborly, polite. That's a lot of work. I just want to go home, sit there, be left alone. No, I don't mind talking. I don't mind talking to my neighbors, but I assume everybody don't want to talk to me. I assume that with my family. I assume that with my friends. I feel like I know the group of people that accept me for who I am, and I deal with them. So I don't mess with it. I go, well, I just assume that you don't want nothing to do with me. That's because, like I told you, I'm not kidding. I told you that last week. I see you walking down the street. I'm going to assume if you're looking at me, you want to hurt me, because that's the world we live in today. So it's safer for me just to assume you don't want nothing to do with me. You're probably just going to say something stupid, and I'm just going to say something stupid back. So let's just keep it moving. All right, where are we at here? 8:10. Good. I don't know. Let's see what else we got for national days. Very, very small. Whoop, knocked it right out of there. There was only 2 of them. Nothing really to talk much about. So yeah, when we're talking about the Love Boat, Kim and I were conversing back and forth about it. Kim agreed, no, not going on a cruise. I know a lot of people that have gone and have had a blast. I feel like if I went, I would have fun. I really do. I feel like if I went, I would enjoy it. But just can't see myself doing it. It ain't about the money. I don't feel like that's an expensive or unfair expense for a cruise. I mean, it seems that people get good deals, I don't think it's much more expensive than a normal vacation when you include all your gas and driving and hotels and whatever you're doing. So, I mean, the price wise would probably be, comparable to any other vacation. Just too many things. And other people want to live on them. So you never know. Before we go to break, this is like a public service announcement. I don't want to, poor choices and dumb decisions, but this is a really tragic story. And it's just tragic. I mean, a prank gone wrong. A 15-year-old kid shot and killed by a friend in Jackson, Mississippi. Listen to this. 15-year-old kid shot and killed after a prank gone wrong Saturday afternoon, right? 2 passengers, they identified them. I'm not going to. They're kids, all right? 2 passengers in a car decide to pull in front of 16-year-old friend of theirs' house with masks on and water guns that look like real guns. You know where we're going with this, right? Right. And we have just the thing. Right here. Poor life choices. That's right. They got masks on and they drive up to the house pointing water guns that look like real guns at the 16-year-old friend of theirs who's sitting there on the porch, who then points a real gun at them and shoots him right in the chest. They're all friends. 2 toy assault rifles and 1 real handgun recovered at the scene. No one's in custody. The shooting is justified. There are no charges pending. It's tragic. It's important for a parent to teach their child common sense. Common sense is only common when you possess it. And for a 15-year-old to lose their life because of a prank, let's picture it. It's Jackson, Mississippi. It's probably hot as snot down there right now. It's been warm in a lot of the country. So you're talking mid-80s, maybe 90 degrees. They're young kids. Maybe guns is part of their culture because it is the South. Now, I don't know if these are African-American kids. I don't know if they're white kids. We don't know anything about them. They're kids. They're Americans, and one's dead. But now, too, almost is not near as bad, but almost as bad. The young man that took a life, justified as it is, not only took a life of a friend to live with this. The child's parents who have deceased now lose their kid, but there's no it's closure. You know everything that happened, but it's not closure. There's no closure to it. Preventable, 100%. Well, 98%. Blame parents in this case? No. But look to the parents to say, these are the lessons we've got to learn. Guns are not toys. I'm not recommending ban water guns. There's an orange cap in the front of it for a reason. And there's nothing wrong with your orange big squirt gun looking like a squirt gun. There's no reason to have an AR-15 looking squirt gun. Not that it should be illegal. Common sense, people. If you approach somebody and it looks like a gun, you're wearing a mask, they don't even have the defense mechanism to stand down a second and go, wait a minute, this is my buddy, right? If my good friend Stu come walking up to me with a gun, the last thing I'm thinking of is my life is in danger. I'm going to be going, oh, wow, Stu got a gun. I got a good friend of mine, Casey, who loves guns. Him and my buddy, they go to the shooting range, firing range all the time. They love it. It's an adrenaline rush for them. But it's an event. They love it. They never hurt a soul with one. If I see them with the gun, I don't get worried. I know they're safe with them. But to approach somebody with a water gun that looks like a real gun and you get shot, yeah. Poor life choices is right. And it's sad because it's a 15-year-old. And the parents, I'm sure, are devastated. And I'm not looking down at them tisk tisk like when you got a school shooter and you go, okay, parents got to be to blame too. This is ridiculous. Now we're talking lives lost. Now we're talking lives lost here too, but it's different circumstances, isn't it? The parents need to instill upon the children, look, your squirt gun, remember, looks like a real gun. You're going to get a cap in your ass if you go out there acting a fool. So yeah, you got a mask on, I'm assuming ski mask to hide your identity, or even say it's a COVID-19 mask. It's still covering your identity well. And then you whip out a real looking gun. And did they know that with these people that carry guns, they knew that this person was armed they were doing it to? Wouldn't you think they might return fire? Just, asinine comes to mind. But I hate to say that because we're talking about children. Yeah, they should know better. But parents, again, a professional athlete, when they get a base hit, the first base coach says what? Okay, don't forget the situation here. You're talking to a professional who's getting paid for this. Of course they know, but they're reminded. So love your children enough. I know we've got the public service announcement now. Look in the back seat to make sure you don't forget your kid. You got to be reminded of that, and you gave birth. Wow. Perfect. All right, we're going to break. When we get back, we're going to be talking about what is it that will help relieve stress for women, and why is it that men are kind of screwed? We'll talk about that coming up on Sapphire's Soup du Jour. Keep it locked. All right, listen. All right, we will be right back at, let's see, I'll put it up there, 8:37. See you in a bit.
Welcome to Adam's Apple, your neighborhood LGBT bar serving all your favorite drink. With friendly and knowledgeable bartenders that keep the party going and make sure your needs are met.
It's the cheers of the gay bar. Your bartenders know who's coming in, where they're going to sit, how long they're going to be.
Kick back and enjoy some fresh air on their large enclosed heated patio. Open year-round with music and weekly barbecues. Karaoke every Thursday night where you're the star. And Mexican Fiesta on the last Monday of every month. Located at 18931 West Warren, Detroit, Adam's Apple.
Oh, yeah, it's like that. Which is. Now the camera's acting funny again, so watch me go in and out. Oh, whoa, that sounded kinky. I don't go in and out, by the way. All right, we are back. It is Monday, May 23rd. We are 8 days away from June. It's amazing how fast time flies. Before you know it, it's going to be election year. We're all going to be a madhouse again. Well, it's already a madhouse, but whatever. Oh, let's get rid of this song here until we get on our day. I got a story to tell here. My goodness, what is wrong with people? The United States Air Force is disciplining a C-130 cargo plane crew for an unplanned landing to pick up a motorcycle on Martha's Vineyard. What the hell, man? People, no surprise, okay? People get little complacent and forget, right, what common sense is about. 5 Air Force reservists had to have been reservists, right? The weekend warrior out there, right, driving around buying motorcycles, going, hey, let's scoop by and grab it off of Martha's Vineyard. Nobody will notice. They're being disciplined. Yep, there goes the camera. They're being disciplined after using a military aircraft, a C-130, to make an unauthorized landing at Martha's Vineyard to pick up a crew member's vintage motorcycle, according to the 403rd Air Wing, which is our hurricane hunters. Well. Part of the 53rd Weather Reconnaissance Squadron based at Keesler Air Force Base, Mississippi, right? Uh-oh, here we go. The camera issues. Based out of Mississippi, these are the hurricane hunters. So, here we go. Ridiculous. All right, there we're back. The Hurricane Hunters, the 53rd flies modified transport planes called WC-130Js. They fly them into tropical storms to gather essential weather data. Or data. Isn't it weird how data and data are spelled the same, but they are pronounced completely different? They mean the same. It's weird. So this particular crew flying in New England around the area of New England on March 25th, when they stop at Martha's Vineyard, unbeknownst to the leadership of the 403rd, unbeknownst to the flight plan, to pick up a 1970 BMW R75 motorcycle. The aircraft is spotted by local residents eating lunch at a restaurant right near the airport, and the story goes national after being reported first by Martha's Vineyard Times. What would be the reason they would think something was out of place, I wonder? Well, they say that it's not something that you see all the time, you know? They see a loud turboprop airplane on the ground less than 20 minutes before taking off and continuing on their official mission. So they come in, they land, they load the motorcycle on the airplane, and within 20 minutes, they're on their way out of there again. Well, they're calling it an illegal move, illegal procedure. When the wing found out about the motorcycle incident, they grounded the air crew and sent another crew to pick up the aircraft and the crew. Ooh, you've been grounded, literally. Like, don't fly any further. We'll come get you. That is equivalent to a 9-year-old sitting in the principal's office with the principal there until mom and dad come and get you an hour away. And you got to sit there and wait. This personal stop was an abuse of government assets, according to Colonel Rubio, commander of the 403rd Wing. We hold our reservists to the highest standards of conduct, and these actions are not going to be tolerated. Other people are saying, well, gas prices are so damn high. Who can blame the air crew for making a pit stop in the neighborhood? Now, Air Force Manual 11-202 compels air crews to ensure off-station training achieves valid training requirements and avoids the appearance of government waste or abuse. There's no way to justify stopping for a motorcycle. Well, the loadmaster needs training on tying down an object because you can't tie down the pallet. They lock into the dual rail locking system, right? The pallets have little, basically, teeth cutouts in them. And you can unlock them and move the pallets, and that's how we release them from the airplane and stuff. But a bike, a motorcycle, or a Jeep, or another type of thing, you have to tie them down, and there's a way to do it. And you can't do it without doing it. So they're going to say, when they go in front of the hearing for this, they're going to say, we deviated. However, we knew the opportunity was there to get our loadmaster training. So we took the opportunity so that he could stay current. And they're going to go, no, you're full of crap. And they'll go, damn, nice try. But that's all it's going to amount to. In 2018, the commander of the Vermont Air National Guard was booted from his job after using an F-16 fighter jet to fly to Washington, D.C. for a booty call. In 2006, 2 airmen from the New York Air National Guard pleaded guilty to narcotics charges after smuggling more than 200,000 ecstasy pills in from Germany aboard a C-5 Galaxy. A C-5 is a humongous cargo plane that the nose lifts up. You can load it, the whole cockpit and everything lifts up, and the back lifts up. So it's like a cloaca. You can go in either way and out either way, which makes it a cloaca. It's not the wrong definition, just the wrong setting. No lube required. If the Air Force wanted you to use lube, they'd have issued it to you. There was also that time a Marine helicopter pilot landed his Super Cobra attack helicopter on a baseball field in Bar Harbor, Maine, so he could run across the street to the bar and pick up his cell phone he left there. I can imagine. You know, you're flying in the helicopter, you're sitting in, you're all strapped in, you got your helmet on, you got your mask on, and you're like, oh, shoot, my phone. Where's my phone? Flight suit has pockets everywhere. You got pockets in your chest, hips, down here where you keep your hat, up here on your thighs. You're looking everywhere for that sucker. You look in your cockpit. You got the little cockpit, you know, you stick the thing on the window and you hold your phone in there. That way when you're in your fighter plane, like a Russian fighter plane, you can have your GPS going. Ukraine, I'm coming to get you. That's hilarious. So he's flying. He goes, I forgot my damn cell phone at the bar. Ah, it's right by a ball field. No biggie. Nobody will notice. They'll think there's something cool going on. Yeah, there is something cool going on. It's called a court martial, you jackass. uh, Unbelievable. Now, the crew that got downgraded for the weather team, that's critical because they don't have a lot of people, and it's hurricane season. So you talking terrible timing, and you got to wonder if that thought process didn't go in, going, hey, well, what can they do? They need us. No, we don't. We'll cut off our nose to spite your face. It's funny, too, because the one guy's sitting there eating, and he goes, I recognize the motorcycle. I'm watching him load it up. And I'm going, that looks like a BMW. He knew that he's a motorcycle buff. I'm like, what the hell? Just so happens. Unbelievable. Now, do not mess with the Wisconsinites. They do not play, all right? A Wisconsin couple. We're going to break this story down a little bit, though, because bad decisions were made. Wisconsin couple kills a bear that attacked them in their own home. I know, how in the hell did the bear get in there? There was porridge and a bed involved. No, there was not. We got to go to Medford, Wisconsin, where a couple has killed a bear that they say attacked them inside their home after they spotted it eating from their bird feeder. All right. Stop the press. We're going to start right there. You did what? Where's your bird feeder? Is your bird feeder in the kitchen, living room, dining room, bathroom, or bedroom? No, it's outdoors. Perfect. So the bear was outdoors. Perfect. That's where the story could have ended, with a photo shoot, right? Oh my God, look at this bear eating our bird feeder. You paid maybe $20 for a 40-pound bag of bird seed. If it's that big of a deal that the bear's eating it, don't buy any more. Okay? The attack happened around 11 at night. The couple told authorities the bear charged through a window after they yelled at it to go away. Okay, bears don't speak English, number one. They were there eating, so bear's hungry. If I'm sitting there hungry and I'm eating a handful of bird seed, do you think it's wise for a chicken to walk up to me and go, hey, ma'am, you shouldn't be eating that bird seed. Go away. I'm going to look at the chicken and go, you're freaking right. Come here. Bear did the same thing. The bear sees them, busts through the window, because guess what? We think we're safe. Bears don't know glass. They see through the glass. They don't go, oh, I hope I don't get cut going through here to eat. They're going to eat you. They'll go through the glass. They don't care. Both the husband and wife are injured before they were able to stab the bear with a kitchen knife. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning.
How goes it?
It's fine, just listening to the bear story.
Oh my God, I can barely handle it. So they stab the bear with the kitchen knife. The man grabs a gun and kills the animal. The couple's children were asleep in the bedroom. I'm sure awoken.
Mm-hmm.
The people lived. Don't do that. right? I mean, what else can you say? You don't go after a bear and go, hey, go away. They don't understand English.
Yep.
They're hungry. They don't know glass. They're going to see you and go, even more dinner.
Listen here, Yogi Bear, stop it.
Yeah, and there's 2 of them, so they're going leftovers. I got
right.
more for tomorrow. I'll drag this bitch home.
Yum.
I'll eat half of her now and half of her tomorrow morning before the decomposition starts. Can I get there in time? Got there. Love it. So how are you doing today, Bob? How's your morning
I'm
going?
doing fine. Thank you much. Your face just disappeared from our... there you are.
I'm back. My computer, or the camera's acting wacky. I don't know if it's the cable, maybe?
I don't know. Nope, things are good here. It was a nice weekend. Back to biz this morning.
We've been talking about the Love Boat, Fantasy Island. Don't know how much you caught today.
We can go on Love Boat and Fantasy Island. I would do both.
We took the Love Boat to Fantasy Island and spent the day there. Oh, there I go again.
There you go again. Poof.
There I am. Poof. Abracadabra. Zippity zam.
That's right.
We're going to talk a little bit about Pete Davidson. You know, Kardashian's boyfriend, Pete Kardashian.
Yeah.
He said goodbye. Saturday Night Live. I had no idea.
Yeah. Several others, too, as I understand. He was one of several, but maybe a more notable one because he's tied to a Kardashian.
Yeah. He started out the show in 2014 at the age of 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And a funny story, he said he began by joking. He says, when he first arrived at the show, he said, I was just a skinny kid that no one knew which race I was. And now everyone knows I'm white because I became hugely successful while barely showing up to work. And look at me now. I'm aging like an old banana. Wow. He's 28 years old now.
Yeah. He used to be funny. I don't know. If you look at 2014 and you look at now, he's definitely taken a path, whatever that is. But somehow I don't think his funny came along for the ride.
Right. Now, he said a lot had changed in 3 years. Fox News went from calling me a monster for making fun of Congressman Dan Crenshaw's eye patch to also making fun of Dan Crenshaw's eye patch. And Davidson added that Tucker Carlson called him Eye Patch McCain. That's 2 veterans in 1 insult.
Whoa. I don't know.
But we've gotten to the point now where we can make fun of things we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't make fun of us.
That's right. How dare
right?
you?
It's like, if I don't like you, if you're not the popular opinion, we can make fun of you. So in other words, if you're a Trumpeteer, we all make fun of Biden and all of his snowflakes and all that. And if we're riding with Biden, we're making fun of all them Trumpeteers and all them MAGA freaks and stuff like that. What the hell is that about? You know what I mean? It's like, so it's true though. We make fun of people now. And I had a good conversation the other day with a gentleman about it. His perspective is it's okay, because I mentioned Donald Trump making fun of the handicapped person.
Right.
And I said, but when we make fun of Donald Trump being orange, that's okay. But when Donald Trump made fun of the handicapped guy, that was not. And his response was, Donald Trump can help being orange. This man cannot help being handicapped. Fair.
Yeah.
Didn't agree. We agreed to not agree. Right? We didn't agree to disagree. That's stupid. But we go, yeah, I don't agree with you a bit. We don't care. It didn't matter. We didn't get mad, throw our drinks at each other. Nothing. Right. We just said, oh, yeah, that's how we feel about it. But that's what mature people do. Mm-hmm. We don't have to become enemies. Right?
Right.
So he was saying, yeah, Donald Trump deserved to be made fun of, and nobody's wrong to do it because he made fun of people that couldn't help their condition. And so I said, well, then I can make fun of an alcoholic because they chose to drink. I can make fun of people that got crazy facial surgery and looks like a Barbie doll. I can make fun of people that don't fit my narrative.
Allegedly.
It was an interesting conversation.
Sure.
That we did not agree with. We neither one agreed with each other. We both disagreed completely. There was no words, no voices raised, no bad words said.
Nobody punched each other.
Unfriending. What's that?
I said nobody punched each other or anything.
No, none of that took place at all. No, none of it took place at all. So yeah, Davidson leaves Saturday Night Live along with another girl, Kate McKinnon. And I don't watch the show, so.
No, I haven't watched it in a while. I kind of watch it in streaks. I'll watch it for several weeks and then I'll stop watching it. And it's just, I don't know. I prefer the older reruns only because I think they were funnier. They were more creative. I mean, these are creative folks and everything that are on there. I'm not saying that, but I don't know quite if the connection isn't there the same with the audience or just what it is exactly that makes it different for me anyway. It's okay. Take it or leave it. But I guess they're going to have a whole infusion of new talent coming in, so.
Yeah, I think people, you got a style of comedy that you do, and after you've done it a while, it's done.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's a knock. I think that it's just your style of humor. Like, I feel like with this show, I feel sometimes I talk about the same stuff over and over again, but it's because it's what we talk about. It's what's important to us. It's the same stuff, but it's a little bit different, you know? Mm-hmm. I mean, and it's the same with them. You go, okay, they're doing comedy every week for 22 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
It's hard to come up with material that could, so there's a lot to it doing live TV, So.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, again, it's you want to be political, but you don't want to be political because it's topical, but it's also exhausting.
Right.
So, no, I get it. It's not an easy thing. And again, it was more of an observation, but it just seems like for whatever reason, and maybe, different times and all, but at the time, the show was a lot bigger and stronger and at least held my attention a lot more than it does now. So
yeah. Oh, I agree. I want to find that where they were talking about Pete, and he had words about the owner, Lorne Michaels. Is it Lorne Michaels?
Lorne Michaels, the producer director.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And basically, and I want to find it because it was pretty funny. They might have moved on with stories. They like to do that. Yeah, I can't find it, but basically they said, when Lauren was talking with him about the spot with Pete Davidson, he says, I don't know that you're right for this spot, and Pete kind of agreed with them and said, yeah, you're probably right. And Lauren told him, well, you know what? Let's screw this up together then. We're going to give it a shot. So Pete says, this is living proof. Anybody can be on Saturday Night Live. Anybody can do this. If not you, then who? I say that a lot. Well, it's true.
And maybe that's the problem. Maybe we've identified the point that I was talking about a minute ago.
Could be. You're right. That's a valid point. Very valid point. I don't know. I mean, I think he's talented, but again, the best baseball players in the world are not necessarily on the New York Yankees, in Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
World renowned, the best that we know of.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and allegedly anybody can play baseball, but is it right? Where's your strength? And does it fit, and is it enough? And there's a lot that goes into it. But funny that he would say that, because that they would say that, because that, again, to me, the bell just went off and said, well, maybe that's the problem.
Right. Maybe that's why listen watchership is down, viewership, whatever you call it.
Yeah.
But it does also, you can look at it, the inspirational story too, of anybody can do it. So if you're sitting at home and you just like, man, I wish I could be, I want to be a stand-up comedian, and I want to be on Saturday Night Live, and I want to be in movies, and you can.
Mm-hmm.
John Travolta was a dancer. That's the only reason he got into these movies. Well, he was a hell of a good-looking guy, but he could dance.
Right.
And that got him into Saturday Night Fever.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know the backstory or anything. I'm not sharing a behind-the-scenes thing. But he had a talent, and he wanted to be a pilot. And he ended up, well, he is now, but he wanted to be. So
interesting.
You got to reach out and get what you want.
Well, another example of that is American Idol. I mean, if you want to take that show and look at it as anybody can take their talent and develop it and be, turn into something completely different than they started. That's, another visual example of how that can happen.
Yeah. Buffalo, the tragedy, the shooting.
Yes.
They received a warm embrace after the mass shooting, but now they're worried what happens now that the hug stops. They're feeling isolated. They're feeling left alone, right? The tragedy was big news, and now, again, once the dust settles, they're left to pick up the pieces and move on.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go to big grocery stores. They can't go to big places because they're scared.
Mm-hmm.
I say, what about everything else going on too? What about our kids living in the inner cities of this country that are not safe right now in school?
Mm-hmm.
And not because of a mass shooter. Those are problem enough. But I'm talking about, what about the kids? Every day we're seeing it now. Kids are bringing guns to school in their backpacks. Kids are bringing knives to school in their backpacks. People are ending arguments with gunfights. It's happening younger and younger and more often. We won't address the tragedy those are leaving.
Right.
Because it's not shock news media. Right.
Well, and in general, it's all fine to acknowledge, and again, you do have sympathy and want to support the people during that time. And what are we doing about it afterwards? I mean, you can only go on for so long about, yeah, it was a tragedy. Yes, people died. It was horrible, but it's not the first one by any means. And
it won't be the last.
It won't be the last one, because what are we doing about it? Nothing really. I mean, at least not that I'm aware of. I haven't heard of any magic wand that's been waved to.
It prompts more argument and division.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we decide, well, was the gun bought legally? Should there be? We argue and argue, but we never solve problems, right? It becomes a white guy killed a bunch of black people. It blares the racism in this country.
Right.
No, this country has its share of racist problems. This country has its share of a lot of different problems. But the country itself is not racist. It's the people in it.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong. I'm giving you my opinion. But if we led the right lives, this stuff would not be happening.
Exactly.
If we trained up our children in the proper way they will go, as they get older, they will not deviate from that path. Right? Proverbs 22:3 or whatever the hell it is. I shouldn't say whatever the hell when I'm talking about a proverb from the Bible, but
Yeah, but exactly. People make choices. And people make the wrong choices. And that's why we are where we are. Now, how do we get people to make the right choices and keep all the people all the time from making a wrong choice? You don't. It can't. We could... then I'm hardly the one that would have an answer to it, but you would think that we could be more vigilant about it. You could stop some of this stuff with a more aggressive, assertive kind of paying attention to what's going on and trying to be proactive rather than reactive. But we don't seem to do that very often either, because then you get in the way of people's rights.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's where the argument begins.
Yeah.
We take a tragedy that happened in Buffalo. It turns into arguments about gun rights and gun control.
Right.
Instead of, why is this 18-year-old kid so pissed off that he's going to go kill innocent people because of their color? It's
right.
That
so
is the problem.
And because if you start to get involved in it and try to get to the bottom of it, then you're either, you're violating their privacy, or you're assuming them to be, having issues and this, that, and everything else. Somewhere along the line, there has to be the point of, yeah, those people have rights, but I have a right too. I have a right to expect to go to the grocery store and not get shot.
Correct.
But nobody seems to pay attention to that, or somehow that's not taken as seriously as the rights of the shooters. And until that changes, we're stuck in this desperate and kind of disgusting place.
Gunfire. There was an armed security guard in Buffalo, and he was executed. He was shot and killed.
Right.
And he was a former Buffalo retired police officer. I believe he was 55 years old. And the trick is, the absolute solution, I don't know that we can achieve it, is not to out-arm them. It's to teach us not to do this in the first place.
Right.
There was a tornado in Gaylord, Michigan, northern Michigan. There are now people up there stealing the belongings of the people that have lost everything. So you're going through and you're trying to recover whatever's left of your life. And you've got scumbags of the earth up there stealing from you. That is where we are.
And that's how pathetic people can be. And
yeah, it's disgusting.
It is disgusting. And
who raised you to go up there and go, hey, some people are drawn to, we got to go help. I'm compelled to go help. Others are compelled to go be part of the problem. It's just like we talked about the other day. What's your perception of community? Are you the one to grab 3 pieces of pizza because there's a lot of people in line? Or are you the one to grab 1 piece because there's a lot of people in line?
Right.
And which one are you? The one to go help or the one to go scam people?
Yeah. Looting and stealing like that is just, it's one of the most disgusting things you can do. Especially taking advantage of people that have just been slammed and had their lives turned upside down through no fault of their own, act of God as they call it. But regardless,
right,
it doesn't mean that you
go up there and steal from them.
Yeah. So right. Kick them while they're down. Thanks.
And I almost want to say, because you can't do it, you can't defend property and take their life. But you almost got to say, man, they deserve to be shot. But you can't. They don't.
No.
But you can't. Also, it's hard to blame people. Like, what in the hell are you doing, man? Who taught you that?
I don't believe they should be shot to be killed, but I do believe that whatever other forms of deterring there are.
Yeah, I don't believe in
life
death.
and danger. Yeah. For example, okay, fine, take an airsoft gun and shoot that at them. That's not going to kill them, but it's going to hurt.
It could get you killed though, because they could return fire with a real gun.
But this is what I mean. But again, not everybody's on the same playing field, so to speak. And that's
all right. We're going to take a quick break.
The right of the person doing the wrong rather than the person doing the right.
But we like to victimize the bad guys now.
Right. Poor
It's a
babies.
popular thing.
Yeah.
More than ever. It's amazing.
Yep.
All right, we're going to break. When we get back, we got a story about a man who applied for a job after paying $16 million in bribes, and he got the job. How can that be?
Wonder what the job is.
We're going to get to the bottom of it, and it's going to piss you off. And if it doesn't, you're just not paying attention. You thought I was going to say we can't be friends, huh? But no, I don't do that. I'm an adult. Thank you very much.
Yep.
All right, we're going to break and listen to the Sapphire'S Soup du Jour on Hot 93.97 WHOT. Hot. Keep it locked. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9:31.
Sounds good. Good. Yeah, I don't know why this thing doesn't like your camera this morning.
My camera keeps going in and out.
Yeah.
I got to keep on restarting it.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that, but.
So, yeah. All right, we'll be back at 9:31.
See you shortly.
You'll see us shortly. Short stuff.
Welcome to Adam's Apple, your neighborhood LGBT bar serving all your favorite drink. With friendly and knowledgeable bartenders that keep the party going and make sure your needs are met.
It's the cheers of the gay bar. Your bartenders know who's coming in, where they're going to sit, how long they're going to be.
Kick back and enjoy some fresh air on their large enclosed heated patio. Open year-round with music and weekly barbecues. Karaoke every Thursday night where you're the star. And Mexican Fiesta on the last Monday of every month. Located at 18931 West Warren, Detroit, Adam's Apple.
I'm frozen up. Good morning, Todd. I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Boom. There. Woo! Good Lord. What a mess. We are less than a minute away from getting back at it. And there goes my camera again. Well, I don't know what's going on. It must be a processing thing. I got a lot going on the computer. Maybe that's it. I don't know. Who knows? Whatever. 20 seconds. Ten seconds. All right, let's see here. We are back. We're doing our best. There we go. Slowly bring the loud music down. There we go. Excellent. All right, now let's get the camera back up and rolling, and we'll be rolling along good for the last half hour of our day. Getting through the day on a Monday the only way we know how, the hard way. Oh, man. It's okay. It's how we roll. What is it that can help a woman get through the day? Real simple thing. Real simple. I'm getting a little bit angry with my camera. Getting a little irritated with having to keep on putting the damn camera back together. And now we got nothing. Isn't that beautiful? There's one. Hi, everybody. And there's the other. What a pain in the butt. Oh, what we got to go through on this show to live stream broadcast, to get you on the air, to get everything rolling. Lordy, Lordy. Let's hope it keeps rolling along. So what is it that can help women face stress? Real simple. A hug. Just a simple little hug. God darn. Just a simple little hug. Maybe you got a big test coming up, right? Maybe a difficult conversation needs to be had. Maybe just all in all, a stressful day at work. Maybe just one of those things. How much of a difference can a hug make? But not just from anybody. Your partner, your significant other, right? Your romantic one. Well, for the women, makes a big difference. For the guys, they don't get the same thing. But researchers analyzed 76 people and how they responded to stress after a hug from a romantic partner. And it showed a decrease in the production of cortisol, the stress hormone, compared to those who did not hug. Cortisol can have an impact on memory recall, which can make the stressful task ahead even more difficult.
Mm-hmm. I can believe some of that. I mean, haven't you, to me, from time to time when you've been in that stressful place and you get that hug, it's just kind of it's a calming kind of thing. You could almost feel like some of the tension just kind of melting off you a little bit. It's not the cure by any means. It doesn't solve the problem, but in that moment where you're feeling
It can help.
that way, yes, it can certainly at least help you in the moment and, be something that takes some of the edge off of whatever's going on.
We've kind of used touch as a means of communicating and comforting all along. Sometimes just a simple hand on the shoulder. Sometimes a hug. Sometimes, just touching somebody's arm or something, letting them know that you're there for them. It is something. I don't know what is going on, but I'm getting really pissed.
You are bouncing around a lot this morning with
this whole camera thing's pissing me off. To the point where, like, are we getting it? We got to get these other cameras up and running here because this crap isn't working for me. Like, what the hell?
I'll come over. If I were there, I would put my hand on your shoulder and you would feel better.
I don't know what's going on, but now I smell bug spray real bad.
Oh. Aren't you having a good time this morning?
I'm not sure what's going on. It's Monday up in here, baby. I'll tell you. I smell bug spray. Maybe I'm being exterminated.
Oh, no.
I'm a pest. I'm out of here.
You're not a pest.
Thank you. Now, the hugs don't seem to help men in the same way it helps the women. So, when it comes to that, and it's got to be a loved one. It can't just be a coworker who wants to rub up on your breasts. Get a lot of hugs like that. Hey, can I have a hug?
Feel better, honey.
Come on. Sniff my neck.
Please.
Affection with someone you love releases a neurotransmitter called oxytocin, often called the love hormone, which reduces cortisol levels.
Right. And increases bug spray odor.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. It's like crazy.
Well, we're going to be roach-free up in here.
I'm afraid to open the studio door and see what's waiting for me on the other side when I get out of here today. Good Lord. I'll be sprayed with mace or something. Now, they don't understand why the men didn't get the same thing out of it. But it could be social factors, where many of the men might not have felt as good about the hugs because they weren't getting a hand job afterward. Oh, wait, that's not what it says.
No.
Because a hug are perceived as unusual or awkward for men.
Yeah, well, and in general, guys are more inclined to not show emotion, to bottle everything up and store it in, and a hug makes it feel that much more awkward. Or you're not supposed to be showing emotion, and here even something like a hug is an emotion of
toughen up.
Yeah, and even if it is with your loved person, depending on time, place, and everything else, it's probably just an extension of that thing that is part of the psyche of many guys. And I mean, I can understand that. It makes sense. And I think, hormone differences too. I mean, obviously there's differences in hormone levels of even shared types of hormones among males and females. And there's probably something scientific about it.
I told you that a man applied for his old job.
Right.
After paying off $16 million in bribes. And he gets the new job. Who could I be talking about? None other than Prince Andrew.
Really?
Oh, he's joining the Queen and senior royals for Garter Day.
Oh, isn't that cute?
I'm wondering, is he putting the garter on the Queen? Or what?
Or is he wearing the garter?
he might be wearing the garter.
Yeah.
He's set to appear alongside the Queen for Garter Day in a return to the royal spotlight.
They're both wearing garters.
Oh, God. They're going to trade with each other.
And then they're putting the royal spotlight on it all. How nice.
So he is going to be listed in the court circular and will attend in a private capacity as a royal knight. The Duke of York was stripped of his military titles and agreed to no longer use HRH. I didn't know he was on hormones. In January, amid his involvement in a civil sex abuse case with a victim of pedophile Jeffrey Epstein. Remember, this is where the Queen paid his $16 million settlement, hush money,
Right.
which makes her hands dirty too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if she's the Queen. She's not a superior being. And she paid for a hush money. But I thought we were against all this sexual exploitation of children. I thought it was the kids, right? Isn't it about the kids, the children? Isn't it about that or not? I don't think it is.
Don't know. Hard to
I'm
say
getting
when
sick
you
of this. I'll be
put it
honest
that
with
way.
you. Something's going to have to give here because I can't operate like this. I'm trying to put a professional show on, and it's like amateur hour at the Civic Center.
Well, it's just so weird because this thing has worked so well for so long. It's having a real glitchy kind of day for some reason.
Monday, apparently.
But
Monday, gotta like it.
we can all I can still hear you even if we can see you from time to time, but we can hear you.
Pop in and out.
Yeah,
right?
well,
I do not like this. The Duke of York stripped of his military titles, but now back in good graces. But I thought we didn't like pedophiles.
All of a sudden,
I'm
the
confused.
whole tune changes. Yeah, what's up with this?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the whole Garter Day thing is pretty funny. It's a funny visual. He and the Queen wearing.
Yeah,
their
we have
garters
no
together.
idea. Garter Day is one of the highlights of the royal family's calendar. It will be held June 13th for the first time in 3 years.
We didn't do Zoom Garter Day, I guess. Probably wouldn't be the same. It's not the same appeal, the same effect.
I'm disgusted by the fact that we let things slide like this, but then there's the big battle cry. We care about the kids in the womb. We care about the kids when it's an election year and a campaign cry. We care about the kids in public, but we really don't care about the kids because the trail stopped at the middleman.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh, birthday song.
Birthday song?
Not yet. We're not ready for birthdays. That could just stop right there.
Anytime's a good time for a birthday song.
It's just funny to me how all of a sudden trail stopped.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's mad about it.
Yeah, it's like it
Nobody's
would have flown under the radar probably. It's
Yeah.
We're mad except for this. This is okay.
Well, you got the middleman, but now who's the ones that was actually who's doing it?
Right.
Here's a moral quandary. You drive a tanker full of septic waste, right?
That is a moral. Go ahead.
You are, yeah. You're a tanker driver, and you've got a tanker full of septic waste, which you're meant to dump at an official facility. But it's getting late, and you want to get to the bar. So what do?
You do your freaking job the right way is what you do.
Well, not according to this guy, Kyle Mai Tai. Maybe he had a couple too many Mai Tais.
Could be.
He dumped it into a stream.
That pig.
4,000 to 6,000 liters of waste, of sewage. into a canal, a waterway home to indigenous fish and a habitat for indigenous birds.
What a jackwagon.
Uh-huh.
That really peeves me.
So he had just picked up 2 loads of septic waste. Instead of taking them to the authorized facility, he stopped his truck and dumped them 6,000 liters of waste from the truck down an embankment into a canal. So they say, well, maybe not jail time, right? Maybe not jail time. We'll make him do community service. Well, he'd already been in trouble for so many things that he did not do, failing 8 convictions for failing to comply with community service sentences. He had 1 conviction. Go ahead.
Why does anybody get 8 chances?
I understand. I don't get it. So he, 10 years ago, got convicted of something, but 8 convictions later of failing to comply with community work sentences. Now they say, we're not going to give him community service for this because he won't honor it.
No, put him in jail then. 8 chances? Get out. Go to jail. Go sit for a while.
I don't understand. You want to get home so bad. I get that, but I don't understand thinking, because you know what you're carrying.
You totally know what you're doing. And
it's not like you're flushing the dog turd and throwing it in the lake. This is 6,000 liters. You ever have a liter of pop? Take a 2 liter. Dump 3,000 of them of poop in the drain. That's what he did. 302 liters of Pepsi filled with poop down the drain. And now we got Bob gone. Oh, Bob's still there.
No, I'm still here. I'm sorry. I was. I'm in the midst of what's turning into a sneezing session. I'll be right with you.
Ah, no problem. Yeah, good job. Yeah, but I don't understand people. This is crazy to me. Now, where are we at? Now, are we ready for birthdays? Let's get this rolling now. Let me get birthdays up here too.
Well, we're pretty much on target, given our target timing and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Birthdays.
It is birthdays
Today.
Let's see.
It's a good birthday. It's a notable birthday day. Fairly a large, decent-sized number of notable people. Actress Joan Collins turns 89 today.
Oh my goodness, 89.
89 for Joan Collins. And they've got a picture of her from a year ago at the Vanity Fair Oscar party, and you would never think this woman was at that time 88. Oh, wait, no, this was just the other day. This was a month ago. Oh, God, she looks terrific. Nice work done, I'm sure, but still, 89, that's great. Drew Carey, comedian, game show host.
Yes.
64 today.
Used to love Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Right. Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I know. That was funny. That was funny. And it was one of those that I would always forget to watch. I forgot that I liked it until I happened to see it. Oh, yeah, I want to watch this, you know.
I watched the Drew Carey show a lot, too. So
Yeah. He was also the host of and a guest host on the Late Late Show. Absolutely. Actress Melissa Mcbride is 57. She appeared on Dawson's Creek finale as Joey's boss, just so you know. Dawson's Creek, if you're into it, you get it. If you didn't know about it, now you know about it.
Yeah, I'd never watched it.
Well, consider yourself informed. Singer Jour is 48 today.
Oh, wow.
That's kind of crazy. She was, she had a lot of her hits in the 90s.
Aaron Donald, football player, turns 30 today, or maybe 31. I don't know. I'm always a year behind.
Year or two behind. Well, it could be worse, right?
Did you say Ken Jennings?
No, go ahead.
Did you say Ken Jennings yet?
I did not yet, but I knew that was
I'm sorry, I stole your thunder.
No. It's not my thunder. It's our thunder. Go for it.
Oh. We
Ken
make
Jennings
beautiful
is
thunder
48?
together.
Is he 48?
I think so, because
I
that
think
says
that's what I heard.
47 on my list.
Okay. Yeah, I think I heard he was 48 today. Mitch Albom, the author and
Oh, wow.
local, well, he's also
Yeah.
national. He's a radio host, among other things, is 64 today.
Oh, and now my mouse goes out. Beautiful. Monday. Oh,
You broke your mouse, girl.
oh my
Shame.
God.
Shame,
What a morning. My
shame.
camera, this is getting to be out of hand. I can't wait to get out of here today.
Singer Maxwell is 49 today. Who else is there? Marvelous Marvin Hagler, the boxer, has a heavenly birthday today.
Wow.
Anton
he had
Mesmer
passed.
was a hypnotist. Who knew? That's his
Who?
heavenly birthday today, too.
Oh, Jesus.
So, anyway, it's a good sized birthday list.
Oh, yeah. Not bad at all. All right. I surrender.
You surrender. Let's talk about something a little happier for a couple of minutes. What are you doing for the holiday weekend?
What holiday?
Memorial Day weekend is this weekend.
Oh, that's right. That's this weekend. Nothing.
Nothing.
Getting drunk.
Well, that's
Gonna
fine
get
too.
drunk. Gonna excessively drink, blackout, and end up in jail.
That's not okay.
That ain't gonna happen. Now I'm frozen solid. Now I'm frozen up.
You were good up to the blackout part. There you are. So you're back.
Oh, good. I blacked out.
Yeah, but you're back again. I don't have any real big plans yet either, except the pool has got to be open by Memorial Day, just because that's the unofficial start of summer. And
absolutely,
we've come to a resolution on getting the tiles fixed, so we're gonna get some more water in it here this week, and
there you go.
get things going. But nope, that barbecue and the typical Memorial Day weekend kind of stuff, and probably working every day. So between the two, we'll get some fun in, we'll get some work in, we'll make some extra money.
There you go.
It'll be
You
all
have,
right.
I forgot what I was going to ask you. I was going to ask if you had something. Oh, yeah, word of the day.
Oh, word of the day, yes. I do have a word of the day. It's the first one that popped up, and
Whoa.
it made me think of you, only that you've refrained so far, which is nice. The word of the day is fescenine. Fescenine, Fescen, and nine, Nine. Fescenine is being marked by the use of vulgarity or obscene language.
A beep, 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 beep.
Exactly. See, you've been such a good girl today. None of that going on.
I'm about to, though. This camera thing's really getting the best of me.
Well, I know, but you're handling it well. You still have a smile on your face.
Yeah.
Makeup does wonders, right? It's that paint.
I know, right? Turn that frown upside down.
That's right.
It is what it is. That's the worst thing that happens to me today. I'm in good shape, so I'm not too worried about it.
Exactly. It'll
All
be
right,
better
that
next
does it
time.
for
It's
us.
just it's glitchy today for some reason, but it'll be better.
Yeah.
Next time.
We make it through. We always make it through. One way or the other.
We make it through in spite of ourselves.
Yeah. Maybe there's something that the universe is telling me. We're trying to turn the camera off. You look silly.
No.
But no, you keep doing it over and over again. That's my luck.
No, it's teaching you that you're motivated. You just don't quit. You don't give up.
I am not stopping until I
Keep
stop.
turning that camera back on.
Damn it, you will look at my face. You will see me. All right, that does it
Y'all
for
will
us.
look.
Thank you for letting us in your house, car, wherever you were listening today. And remember, opinions are a dime a dozen and they smell like dirty underwear. Validation is for parking, and loyalty is not a word, it's a lifestyle. Life is too short to put your key to happiness in someone else's pocket.
Sure is.
You know, in a world where you can be anything, be kind. We have no idea what a kind word or a friendly smile can do to impact someone's day, maybe even change their life forever. We need that more in the world today. We're effed up. But that's okay. We'll get through it. All right. Until Wednesday morning, be safe. I'm Sapphire Pates.
And I'm just Bob.
We're out of here for the day. Oh, I'm out of here for sure. You will look at me one more time.
Hi.
All right. Have a good day. We're out. Bye-bye, everybody.
See ya.
Good Lord. And all right, we're done with this broadcast. Thanks for watching, everybody. One more time. See you later. Bye. Oh, end broadcast.